When we manifest or attempt to have quiet time, sit there and do our choices or our imaginary act, whatever it may be that we may be doing to create the life we love, because I think that's why we're all here. We're looking and we are manifesting um, in our lives those things that we would, and I really like the word prefer, because there's no bias in prefer, is there? This is bad, this is good, this is better, this is worse. Okay, it's just a preference. A lot of the things we think of are our preferences. I remember sharing this work, or the very basis of this work, many years ago with someone. I was sitting on a plane and going somewhere and talking about this, and the fellow sitting next to me, who I'd never seen before, said, "What you're really doing is you're managing expectations." And I thought, nah, that's not it. But as I've dug deeper and deeper and deeper over the years into this work and got to uh, got to this point, which I do not believe is the end by any means whatsoever, he's right. What we're doing is managing expectations. And those expectations come from our limitations, I think. Maybe not all of them. When we when we take the time to move beyond our, I'm going to call it the soul field, because the difference here to some of the normal work that we do is really, I love the concept of what is beyond the physical, what is beyond the veil. And we've just really tapped into what I would call spirit. What we are here, each of us sitting here, an instance of an incarnation of a human being, is what I would call soul. And when I speak of soul field, I'm talking about all of the assumptions, beliefs that we've attracted to ourselves throughout this lifetime, from conception, through the womb, through childhood, adulthood, to where we are now. And as we've said in the previous master classes, particularly in the energy of the end result, that we are, our ego is backwards referenced, and for good reason, just to keep us safe. If what worked last time didn't kill us, it's a safe place to be. So we really do have a choice of limiting our capability to manifest by sitting in our soul field of assumptions and beliefs, or putting that aside and creating from our true heart, I think is a nice word for it. The ego is all about possessions, feeling better about ourselves. You know, need a new car, not because I need it, because I want it. Or maybe I saw an advert on television that told me that I needed another one because I'm going to be cool like all those people on the adverts. Or I'm going to buy an electric car because I feel I have to contribute to improving the environment, whatever it may be. I remember my father and his brother, my uncle, constantly competing with each other to try and outdo each other. If you listen to my podcast, which was the sort of uh, prequel to this masterclass. Every time my father bought a house, so my uncle bought a bigger house. My father put a swimming pool in, so my uncle put a bigger swimming pool in. It was just like watching a race. My father bought an electronic organ, so my uncle bought a bigger one. It was always this competition going on between them. And heck, where did that come from? It probably came from some childhood sibling competition thing that was going on. But seriously, it wasn't so much driving my father, but it was driving my uncle crazy, you know? He was just always trying to be better and doing more and more and more. And I kind of wonder, really, if he hadn't have been competing from his need to outdo his brother, I wonder what he would have created if he was creating from his essential nature rather than from his egoic need to be better than Ken. I really wonder what he would have created. And realistically, a part of what we're talking about today is creating from beyond or before, whichever way you want to look at it, our egoic limitations. Getting those out of the way, those of you who have done the energy of the end result would remember when we stepped into the victim circle and felt the energy of that, and then stepped into the creator circle and felt the energy of that, what the difference between the two was. So obviously, creating from our genius, as it's quite often said, is way more effective than creating from a victim mentality. I think we all know that. But the real root of this here is, what is it that you want to be creating? And when we start to decide what we prefer to have in our lives from a point of ego or victim or saboteur assumptions and beliefs, then we're going to start creating that which is probably not for our highest good. And by highest good, I don't mean in comparison to anything else. It's hard to explain this without using absolutes, isn't it? Probably start creating what is not from our heart space, creating rather from our head. As I said, a bigger car, a bigger house, a bigger swimming pool, etc., etc. So perhaps even to the point, because I do believe everyone here has had a good go at deciding what it is that they want to have in their lives, what they prefer to have in their lives. I wonder for you, how many of those things were born not out of your essential nature, but were born out of your egoic space where you felt you needed it, from that place of negative vision where I need this because I feel a lack in myself. I need a new car, not because I need it, but because someone else bought one, or because I want to feel better about me. And we know that chasing possessions and adding another one or something else doesn't really fulfill that craving that we have to be better, bigger, and feel better about ourselves. So where is it that we actually stop and assess where we're going, with our lives and come back to our true essential nature.